The night Denise vanished was the first time I heard the howl. It wasn't a wolf. There are no wolves in this part of Brazil. It was something else entirely. Something that froze my blood and made the humid night air feel like ice against my skin. We'd split up just for a moment. Her voice over the walkie-talkie was clear, routine. All clear from my end, Raoul. Then static. Just static. I called her name until my throat was raw. The silence that answered was heavier than any sound I'd ever heard. We searched at first light. It didn't take long to find it. Her bright orange vest, the one she always wore, was snagged on a thorny branch. It was torn to shreds, soaked in a dark, sticky red that hadn't been there hours before. But there was no body, no signs of a struggle, just the vest and a trail of footprints that led into the densest part of the jungle, and then just stopped, as if whatever took her had simply lifted off the ground and vanished into the canopy. The silence from the jungle was deafening. Even the insects seemed to be holding their breath. We found more prints over the next few days. They were deeper this time, clearer. Not animal, not human, something in between, and then something else. Lying on a bed of moss, catching the dappled sunlight, were strands of hair. They were coarse, like wire, and a strange grey-silver color that seemed almost metallic. I collected a few, carefully placing them in an evidence bag. They felt cold to the touch, unnatural. Back at the outpost, under the microscope, they looked like nothing I'd ever seen catalogued. The structure was alien. It felt like holding a piece of a ghost. The disappearances started to stack up. First, it was 2 of the local guides we'd hired. They just didn't show up for their shift one morning. Their bunks were empty, their gear gone. Then, 2 more researchers from the Foundation packed their bags in the middle of the night, leaving behind nothing but hastily scribbled transfer requests. The official explanation was always vague. Personal reasons, family emergencies. But I saw the look in their eyes. It was the same fear I felt knotting my own stomach. They weren't just leaving. They were fleeing. Soon the outpost was a ghost town. Empty bunk beds stood like skeletons in the dorms. Half-finished cups of coffee sat on desks, gathering mold. The Foundation sent a final transmission. The project was being suspended indefinitely. The official report would cite unforeseen environmental complications and budgetary constraints. The post was declared closed. They told me to pack up, that a helicopter would be there in 48 hours. But I couldn't leave, not without answers. So I cut the radio wires and watched the helicopter fly over, circle once, and then disappear over the horizon. I was alone. The loneliness is a physical presence now, as real as the humidity that clings to everything. But I'm not truly alone. At night, when the moon is high and the jungle is a wall of impenetrable black, I hear things, echoes carried on the wind. Sometimes it's Claudio's distinctive off-key whistle, the one he always did when he was bored on watch. Other nights, I hear Denise's laughter, that bright, sharp sound that used to cut through the drone of the insects. It echoes from the trees, a cruel mimicry. It's the creature, it's learning. It's using their sounds to taunt me, to draw me out. My nights are spent not sleeping, but watching. I've started mapping the moon phases, tracking its movements, trying to find a pattern. I pore over my notes, the photos of the prints, the silver hair sealed in its plastic bag. The evidence is all here, but it forms a picture I can't quite comprehend. It feels like trying to solve a puzzle with half the pieces missing and the other half belonging to a different box entirely. I feel my own sanity fraying at the edges, stretched thin by exhaustion and a constant gnawing fear. Is it the isolation, or is this what it wants? To break my mind before it breaks my body. Every morning, the same ritual. I wait for the first hint of dawn, the grey light that slowly pushes back the darkness. I unbar the door to my watchtower, my hand trembling slightly. And every single morning, they are there. A perfect, deliberate circle of footprints in the soft earth surrounding my tower. They aren't frenzied or rushed. Each print is placed with a chilling precision. It's not hunting me in the way a predator hunts prey. It's studying me. It walks the perimeter, night after night, watching my light, listening to my movements. It knows I'm in here, it knows I'm the last one. And it's waiting, I don't know for what, but I know that when it decides to stop waiting, My time is up. The creature is intelligent. I see it in the way the traps I set are avoided, sometimes even dismantled with a delicacy that is terrifying. I left a motion-activated camera near the edge of the clearing. The next morning, the camera was gone, but the tripod was still standing, untouched. It understands my technology, it understands my intent. This isn't a mindless beast, it's a thinking, strategic entity. This whole jungle has become a chessboard, and I'm a lone king, cornered and outmatched, just waiting for the final move. The fear is no longer a sharp spike, it's a low, constant hum, the new baseline of my existence. I spend my days reinforcing the tower, my nights listening to the phantoms of my dead colleagues. The line between what's real and what's a memory is blurring. Did I just hear Denise's walkie-talkie crackle to life, or was that the wind? Was that Claudia whistling, or just a strange bird? The creature is not just outside my walls, it's inside my head. It's using my memories, my grief, as a weapon. It's a psychological war and I'm losing. The sun is setting again, soon the howls will start. And I'll sit here with my shotgun and my fading hope and wait for the morning to see how much closer the circle has become. Thank you for watching. If you're fascinated by mysteries that defy explanation, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss what happens next. Stay safe out there.